y'all doing? What a night. You know, I didn't expect this. I just left Korea, Beijing, and you got me trying. Beijing and Shanghai, and top here and back here. You can see how messed up I am. I wore a tux, so I'm supposed to wear it Monday night to give Sidney Poitier Lincoln Center Award. I am totally messed up. Lost too much weight, pants on the ground, all that. Be careful. This little brother is something else. So give him some love. That's what our future's about. I was blessed when I was young. People like Clark Terry, Ray Charles, we came up together 14 to 16. And they put on Billy Carter, Clark Terry, and all those guys. But I will tell you the truth. First of all, I'd like to say, give my respects to a man that I adore, Sidney Lumet. New York, real New York brother. He gave me, I wanted to do movies since I was 15 years old. We used to play hooky in Seattle. You go see all the movies I could identify. Alfred Newman at 20th Century Fox, and Victor Young at Paramount, Stanley Wilson at RKO. That's right, anyway, I was at 15 years old. Hey, baby. Fox up there. And backing up, Sidney gave me my first shot in New York. He was romancing Lena Horne's daughter, Gail, and he married her and had babies. I finally, after living in Hell's Kitchen, paying my dues in New York for 20 years, lived around the corner from him. Anyway, I'll tell you the truth, I was born in Chicago, I wanted to be a gangster until I was 11 years old, because I came up in the ghetto in Chicago in the 30s. My father was a master carpenter for the most notorious 3Gs, OGs on the planet, you know. The Jones Boys didn't play. And they were so mean that I got my medal here. I got a switchblade, but they nailed my hand to, stab my hand to a pencil. I was 7 years old. I used to pick, they don't play in Chicago. Ask Jennifer Hudson. Oh, serious. And so I really did want, I was talking about dead bodies, Tommy guns, stogies, and piles of money. The first 10 years of my life. Capone ran the Jones Boys out of Chicago in '43. My daddy came by the next day, got my brother and I in the barber shop, took us on a trailway bus to the Northwest. I ran into Ray Charles when I was 14, he was 16. And the only thing that saved our lives, we used to have one thing we used to say every day. That's where America was at then. There's a lot of it around today too. Cannot handle Obama in office, boy. We used to say, not one drop of my self-worth depends on your acceptance of me. Not one drop. And you need, because you cannot afford to let an external force define who you are. You got to know who you are and then do something about it. Get off your booty and develop yourself. All right, get your science together because you already got the soul. But get the science with it to develop it. And I see the young kids like this brother doing it. And it makes me real proud. How are you, man? Go ahead, man. Hands on me, man. I know I'm supposed to shut up and be up. How long have I done James? How do you go? Save, man. Save, man. I just want to do this. Anyway, I got this. This feels like home to me because this is Bobby De Niro, who means so much to me. I'll tell you about him later. Jane Rosenthal, God bless him. And we went through all the stuff, you know, as kids, and I had to really understand that it takes, no matter how much emotion you have to develop the science behind it to deliver that emotion, because emotion don't mean nothing if you don't have the science behind it to really take you all the way. And I went all the way there. From bebop to Naughty Boulanger with Leonard Bernstein to Stravinsky, so I'm going all the way. No mother, all that stuff, but do it. They say the statute of limitations has expired on those childhood experiences. Stop whining about it and get your shit together and go on with your life. Okay? Come on. Okay. So I fulfilled my dream with the Pawnbrokers the first time of the 35 films. You can't plan it. Like Linkletter used to live next to me. He said, "Want to make God laugh? Tell me plans." It's true. I go so far back with Sidney Poitier. I met him in '51. Like broke as the Ten Commandments I was in '51. I met Harry Belafonte who was here tonight. His name. I saw him last night. I don't know. And Sidney P, who's like my brother, Sidney Poitier, and Marlon Brando with a red fedora on. Just shot Streetcar Named Desire. And anyway, it's home. I'm telling you, Martin Scorsese came out of the cutting room when I was doing Michael. I said, "Marty, I need you to do a video." He said, "You crazy man, I'm doing Cover of Money with Tom Cruise and Tom."
No one saw it, don't worry.
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. What am I going to say, man? Shanghai, New York. Lord have mercy. That's what it is, though. When you're 78, you can't negotiate. Okay. I remember the days when I first went into Universal Studios, and I didn't have black composers back then. I got the first con broken. I went to Hollywood thinking everything was going to be roses and stuff, and I walked down the hall and I thought for years that Schwarzer meant composer. You see, here comes the Schwarzer. I thought it was composer. No, I figured it out quick. And the first time when I did the Cold Blood, I found out what it was about. You know, Mr. Capote, God bless him, he said to Richard Brooks, "Richard, I can't understand why you got a Negro doing a film with no people of color." I'm telling you, that's where it's at. I mean, and that's not